Episode 134, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, non-gender specific. We don't use pronouns in this show, but he, as in Tone. Tone, I'm not exactly sure, mate. Why are you wearing a Richmond hat at the start of episode 134? I'm confused.
Well, it's almost footy season, but the thing is, I was dethroned, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, Taz, but I'll get it tomorrow's Friday. I'll be able to send it down to you. I've lost the crown. It's now yours, so it will be coming in the mail. I'll send it
Thank you.
EMS Express Mail, so you've got it down there.
So Taz is going to claim the crown.
That.
Yes. Wow. Taz has taken back the power, as we expected he would.
Now, Mardo, it's welcome, mate. It's fair dinkum, that shirt's doing a lot for me. I'm not sure about the Polty familiar, but it's doing a lot for me. And you're on the Reds too. This is a very rare occurrence.
Yeah, we're having a glass of red. We've got a big weekend coming up. You got Surround States, you got Chip and Norton, you got Blue Diamond. We're off to Dubai on Saturday night for the Dubai World Cup, a $20 million race. Oh my God, it's all happening, mate. I'm getting ready. I've started.
And you've already got tips up for Cheltenham, which is 3 weeks away.
Bloody hell, mate, I'm getting ready for that too. 3 weeks away.
I thought Taz has, claimed the crown as Mr. Worldwide, but I don't think anyone takes the moniker off Mardo. And then we welcome back the great man that was really peacock up and about in our messenger group on Saturday. We're all gutted, absolutely gutted. We're blacked out. I'm not sure what that means, Mardo. Can you explain to the palmy? What does a blackout mean?
The blackout means when you've thrown up a tip and you've failed to place anything you've thrown up.
We did that perfectly well. And last week we did talk about the definition of crazy or stupidity.
Stupid, yeah.
But the great man himself, how up and about was he, the little man?
Hang on.
Soccer and the Choccy wheel. He was. Me and Toad wanted to throttle him.
Hang on a tick.
All right.
I've been lying in a gutter under a bus that you've kept reversing back and forth for the last probably, 3 weeks.
Oh.
Finally, I've been able to wedge myself out, just sort of like grab the curb, so to speak, and position myself to get out.
It sounds a bit like me last Sunday, actually. We'll get into that at the end of the show to keep you sticking around.
Yes, we will. And then when I'm out and about, all of a sudden, I've turned down 10 units on the wheel into a positive in the space of 2 weeks, and I'm up and about. I give you a cryptic, Quinella. I give you a winner. I give you a $6 winner this week. Our football team, so our soccer team, all right, without 8 blokes out, we go 1-0 down and we win 2-1 in extra time in the Australia Cup. So we're now into the 3rd round, which is awesome. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm more pumped because we've just won the soccer more than anything. And you pricks, when I message you, you think, we don't want to fucking talk to him because he sounds too up and about.
Chipper.
Too happy.
Hey, just hang on a sec, mate. I've got to turn my alarm off. It's about to go off. I've got to get up for work.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to say something. Mardo, I was going to say, even your shirt's not in, I'm not even enjoying your shirt anymore listening to you. Like, fair income.
No, look, well done.
It's not a shirt. Yeah, thank you. Thanks,
back, buddy. Well done.
No,
thanks, mate. I was going to say,
any words?
Any words?
I think no. Taz has taken up all the time. I've got no time to speak. All the time's gone.
And that's all we got time for the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Prez, thanks, mate. Well done. Good luck,
Taz
everyone.
I've got something for you later, but I've got something for you boys. Don't worry.
We always say there's no I in team, but fair income. There's a you in all of us with Tassie, I tell you. And we've got a new name for Tassie too, don't we, Tone? The ex-West Coast Eagles champion, won 2 Brownlow medals.
Yep, you've got it. Yeah, what is it?
You don't know
Hey?
You won 2 Brownlows.
Didn't we set this up before the show? C. Judd. Let's just call Tassie C. Judd 3 votes because last week, for some reason, Taz in the messenger group's giving out votes. So he's given himself 3. He's given Mardo and Tony 1. And then he goes, we all know who doesn't get 0 votes this week. I don't know sure how Mardo got a vote, but
I don't know either.
Hey, listen, hang on. Switzerland always gets votes.
Right. Well, Tone got a vote because he got his quaddy leg again in the prayers, but me and Taz didn't.
No. Tone got a vote. You know why?
Why?
Because if you don't give a vote to Tone, we know what happens. You've just got to keep Tone. You've got to keep Tone involved.
What do you mean? When was the last time you won a leg of the quaddy?
Oh, me? Hang on. It's simple. When it matters, I get them. Right. There's no point, getting them. If you guys seriously, there's nothing worse than being the wanker, right? And then you say, I can't believe it. We got 3 legs in, but that first trick missed it. Yes.
Thanks, mate.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
I've got it. I've got it.
Taz, what do we call Tone on Saturday? What do we? We give him a name, don't we?
Yeah, Sam.
Sam's about. We're in trouble. Yes. Sam. What does Sam stand for? Is Tone?
Okay.
What does Sam stand for?
No idea.
Sad, angry man.
Yeah. Or Saturday, angry man. That's what I said. Saturday, and then sometimes he goes to Sunday.
It could be Sunday. Yeah. Sam's about. We've lost him again.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the show, big boys. Well done. Absolutely shocking.
Yes. Honestly, you and him are like a busted bloody sewerage pipes. Marto's the only one talking any sense.
Oh. Well, it's good to see that you only said Marto because you included yourself in that sewage pipe joke.
Let's go through the, tipping in a highway, Tone. What do you think? Syrian Stars.
Well, the X Factor, things happen. Rigged, shit ride, that was it.
Actually, it wasn't a bad ride, but they just didn't make any ground down the outside, did they, Marto?
No, not at all, mate.
Yeah.
You can't say it was a shit ride. Are you going to put him in a clipper tone? If you say that, he's got to go in a clipper tone.
Tone doesn't even remember who fucking rode it. Who rode it?
In that race, they just dominated from the front. Nothing came from behind.
Worry about senseless shit, Pezza. Worry about senseless shit.
Right.
Never rode. The thing, it didn't run a place, let alone win. So
it loomed, but there was a rail. There was a highway. There was a highway on the inside.
Yes,
1 and 2 off the rail.
Yeah.
There was a.
It was off the rail. Yeah, that was surprising, actually.
Yeah, and then he's a climbing star, worst run in his career, absolutely shocking. So obviously, I'm saved by the stewards report, boys. Stewards report,
have an injury or a
unbelievable stewards report. Just let me know everything what was wrong with his horse.
Yep, nothing. What is it? Nothing.
The jockey didn't have its head turned the right way at the start, which wasn't great, and then he couldn't control her, and then it was unpaced. And then after a veterinary examination, failed to reveal the obvious answer. Oh, shit.
So, Pezza,
yes,
reading that,
yes,
making an assessment based on that, considering the way that you criticise or critique our tips, we can honestly just say this was shit.
Yes.
It was rubbish.
And you tipped rubbish.
Thanks, boys.
That's all right. Well done.
Duke of Hastings wasn't too bad. It sort of hung on. Never going to.
Yeah. No, it was never going to win. It was. I don't know. It's one of these ones. You know what it might be needing.
More distance.
Sunday, South Australia.
The Cressy Cup.
Something like that. Yeah. Why not?
Creek
but
Cup.
I wouldn't be. Look, I haven't.
Hey, I tell you what, you can.
I haven't binned it, but I haven't done anything.
Marto,
Colac Cup
at the Colac Cup. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I love the Colac Cup over 2,200.
Symphony.
When they go up the hill out the back there at Colac, and then they sweep around. Geez, it's a good track, Colac.
And Super Pursuit, Marto was never in Super Pursuit to the eye.
Jeez, I tell you what, I'm getting good at picking it for a fitness run. We go Ozzapenko to beat Half Cabin, which just goes around for a run, never runs on. I picked Norwegian Bliss, who's barely lost the race. She's 7 from 8, and then she just goes around for a wide fitness run. Now we pick Super Pursuit, who again looks like he's just going around for a run.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry.
But Marto, are you auditioning? Are you auditioning for a new role? Because may he rest in peace, but good old Dean Lester used to get around and watch a lot of track work. Maybe the horses you're picking are just doing track work.
Well, Ozzapenko come out one like next start. Norwegian Bliss,
Oh, see, that's where I can't believe it, Bardo. I thought you would have backed up with Aussie Pink. What's the name, Pinko?
Yeah,
I did. I had my own little private bet, and I was on Aussie Pinko to beat half cabin, and actually had to lay on half cabin.
I was stoked with Aussie Pinko. I was on, so
yeah. There's another one. See, we're on, Tone.
I remember some.
But not on the show.
I won't.
Not here.
Tone, I won't mention.
They're selfish punters.
Marto, I won't mention any names, but I won't mention any names, Tone, Marto. No. But there was a Greek bloke in the group last week that was sort of hanging shit in our Aussie Pinko, saying how good a run it was against half 2 weeks ago. So, I won't mention any names.
No, don't mention him.
No.
Yeah, but Tazarel, here he is, race 4 Randwick. Taz, it's all about you, and it's all about Tone, and me and Marto were just
not me.
You know what they call us, Marto, over here in Japan? Doro. You know what Doro means? Dirt, like lower than dirt.
Mud.
I would never. They call you. Who calls you that?
You and Tone.
No, I'd never heard that word. I don't call you that. I would never, ever, ever call you that to your face.
Really?
Maybe behind your back, but never to your face. Seriously. It's like Tone. I would never say anything terrible to Tone's face.
You just poison all my horses behind me back.
I don't.
He's like Tone. He's like
I don't poison them. And you know what? Last week, by the way, you're talking about poison. You missed it because it ran fourth. Because if you watch the show properly, and I kept saying, you think it's not an option. Oh, maybe it's not an option. And I'll tell you what a huge run not an option had. It finished fourth in that race. So you threw the wrong one in. Poor old Noe, he was ready. He was ready to come at me.
He's been taken over today.
Sorry. I better stop. I know. I'm sorry.
So,
well, you're up and about.
We're going to help you up. We're going to say, how good's the Choccy wheel? You've had 5.
Oh, no, the Choccy wheel's going. The Choccy wheel's on fire. 5 out of 8. We threw a cryptic quinella in there. What more do you want? And it's not that I'm just finding winners now. They're winning easy.
Yeah, you've done well. Your accounting system's really, really good.
What's wrong with the accounting system?
We won't go into that. Pezza and I have a different version of your accounting system. But anyway.
No, I would like to hear that.
No, we haven't got time.
No, we haven't got time.
I'll wait for this one. I will definitely wait for this one.
Yeah.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, after the show, in the outtakes, I will find out what these 2 Japanese geisha girls have got to say.
I'm not too sure how I've been thrown into this.
Mate. Anyway. I'm still happy to be out of it.
They're all on the page. That's all I can say. All of them are on the page, Tone. You can just have a look and that's it.
Marto,
we're not disputing what's on the page. No, we're not disputing.
But then what are you saying? What are you saying? I run my books from a calendar year.
Calendar year, yes.
Is that what you're disputing? It's a calendar year.
That's what we're disputing. We don't do it that way. Don't do it that way.
But if we don't, then I'm miles in front still.
Oh. Geez, I wish I had some type of prop where I could pretend that I was Tommy Tank or something.
I've got one here.
I know.
I mean, when you're ready for the Fister, here it is. Okay? But I don't know if you guys are just talking a little bit of this or maybe you need some of this. You tell me. Hey, it's arrived. Thanks, Mark. We got the Fister in.
Good on you, Noe.
Good on you, Noe.
Thanks, buddy. The prop's here. So don't you guys give me a hard time. All right? No Tommy Tank and Tone.
Bloody hell. That's as good as the Jason Dunstall, Denny Frawley.
That's it.
No, he's got the Tommy Tank in hand.
And that's it. And Mark, good to see that you cleaned it for me. So thank you, mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
I did clean it.
Don't put a black light on it. But anyway, the Blue Diamond, we all get around it. It's where champions are made. Usually it's at Caulfield. This time, I think Marto, Tassie, Tone, where it's Sandown. Marto, where are we? We're Lakeside?
Sandown Lakeside, yes. The circle track.
So we've got a tip here from the Prez. So I don't know if you want to put a line through us because we did have a blackout last weekend.
We're probably the only one going
well for the Blue Diamond. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny that we're going to pump up Taz and say how good he was for the Choccy wheel, and he doesn't like it. I don't know.
I'm a humble man. I'm a humble man. I don't like being pumped up.
Talking about this is one of the most open Blue Diamond races in the last few years that I can remember, which is great. I love it when it's great for racing when you've got an open 2-year-old race to kick off the autumn season, the autumn carnival. I love it. And of course, Pez has gone out on a limb and he's gone the $5.50 favourite in Barber. This is fifth up. It's never been beat. Taking a look at the last race, I don't think anyone's going to beat it. I think it's going to naturally progress. It's going to be fitter. It's going to get the same run basically as it did last start. I'm not scared. $5.50, I think we're kicking goals.
And what about the jockey?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Mardo and Tone have got to say about the jockey.
Right, she's made the decision to ride light this season, and will continue on into autumn riding light, and that has really helped her. I don't know. I don't want to say she was fat before, but riding light, she seems to be riding a lot stronger. Or maybe it's a softer ride on the horses, and the horses tend to respond to that more. But she's riding a lot better than what she was 3 or 4 months ago.
Remember Animo in this race a couple of years ago was drawn the car park and just missed, and then you know what the superstar Animo's become. So these horses that are all drawn out, you've got to think that, the Blue Diamond, you don't see a lot of horses get there because they're usually on the paces and they're tough. And remember, they're just kids. They're babies.
Yeah, but look, I'll tell you now, the word is, and it's unsubstantiated, so it's just a rumour, that James Cummings' jaw hit the floor when Barber drew barrier 9. It's not what he wanted.
Right, okay.
I'm curious, who rode Barber when it won last start in Sydney?
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
I'll tell you, I'll bring it up right now.
Thanks, mate.
If you can, I'm just curious, who rode it?
Last start was at Sandown. That was Jamie Carr.
Yes.
And the start before that in Sydney, I meant to say.
Rose Hill. It was Hugh Bowman.
Okay, and he's overseas. I guess the only reason I asked this is because I didn't know, but it's interesting how such a big, prestigious race like this, and J-Mac has decided to stay away from this to ride Animo. So how good must Animo be going for him not to want to come down to ride in a Blue Diamond, which is, the big race of this time of year.
There's more money in Sydney. We do it better. It's better marketing. They try. There's bigger prize. We just do it better in Sydney.
I tell you, you've got stolen Barney's shirt from this time of the year down in Sydney.
Yeah, no, it's not Barney's shirt at all. It's just his and someone's thrown up on it. Because of all the rubbish he's been talking.
Yeah, Taz.
You're right, though. Yes. I mean, what if J-Mac had to give up in Sandown to stay at home in Sydney and ride Animo?
Yeah.
Well, very interesting. Yes.
Taz, talking about throwing, it was a nice little segue to two of the members in the group who seem to always piggyback each other. So if they're in the same, know what they would be doing.
Absolutely.
And
we don't all jump on favourites. Jamie Carr's riding all right. The lay of the day is in this race. Steel City can't win.
Oh
my God!
Are you serious?
I would not back with stolen money. City. It's a
Have you seen Steel City run?
Huh?
Are you serious? Have you seen Steel City run? Holy crap! And
this thing always manages find a way to run second. I wouldn't back it with stolen money. Well, but this is definitely that's it. That's why I'm with you, Bardo, on the CC, but we're probably on a
VC.
Hey?
VC, yeah.
Oh, whatever, big cock. Whatever.
The only reason that you're on VC, Tony, is because many years ago.
That's the Taz show this evening. Here we go.
It is the Taz show.
It is the Taz show. You've told me this in the past. You've said, hey, it's all about me. So I'm just saying the only reason you backed VC is, one, because one of your first cars was a bloody Ford VC Falcon. Okay.
No.
You never had a VC?
No.
Oh, geez. Do you have a VB? I know it was an XB. Sorry, XB.
No.
Jeez, what sort of a car did you have, Tony? Or did you have a horse and cart?
No. He had a Commodore.
Tirana.
Every CU.
Oh, Tirana.
Boy.
Tirana. All right. Well, anyway, I won't say too much because I don't want to offend you.
Matty, can you say
Matto.
VC? Why does it win?
VC, I'm going to say, you asked me for a Blue Diamond tip, and I said, as a roughie in this race, I would take VC, because with Ethan Brown on the back, anything could happen. It's 20-1. He rides those long odd shots from the car back like they're 2-1 favourites.
Yep.
VC is due for another win. Bar and Eustace are up and about this horse, but I will say Steel City's the one to beat. I've drawn in barrier 5 with Blake
horse, VC.
Steel City is going to get forward and lead them around, and Steel City's the one to beat. It's rightfully the favourite.
Yeah.
But as a roughie in the race, I would pick VC.
The Prez has gone Little Bros. He really liked its last start, second to Barber. He thinks that's the form race that we should be looking at. So thanks, the Prez. He told me the bucket list is now achieved, that he's made the slide. So well done to Rob up in Cairns, just loving life. As you've got a bit out here. You're going to Snowden horse from Sydney, never ran this way.
No.
On Cotillon, which was the boom horse after its first start win. Absolutely brilliant.
It was. No, and it was, but I've been given some information which has just turned me off a little bit since. Because what I was led to believe is that Zara has hopped on this as a backup pickup ride. So he was originally booked to ride Charmstone, and Charmstone obviously is not running. And he's just and now he's picked up this, and it's like his second pick. Now I'm going to hope that his second pick is a lucky pick, but I think this maps quite well, and I think 1200 is going to suit. I do think that Steel City is the one to beat, and I found a little bit of value. I'll take the 10s or 12s for this to potentially. It's trialled well. Why not? I guess why not? This is where stars are born.
It was a bit plain last start though, but that was 1100, maybe a bit sharp.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I think probably better suited. The best girl of the race, of course, Willow's on for James Cumming and Exploring. I think the best girls in the race. And I tell you what, you're going to go on the Z horse for Barney's dad as well in Zoo Figure. So I think I'm going to have the old trifecta just with the Blue Battlers, because they're doing it tough. There's no money. They're not regally bred.
No.
So they're like Boy Pride out there and living takeover Target. Like, who was the guy who used to train that and used to live in the caravan at Scone Racetrack? That's how tough the Blue Battlers are going. Anyway, good luck to the Blue Diamond. It's a great race, and where champions are born, champions are made. Of course, Testarossa. Who can not forget Testarossa?
Oh, wow. How good was that?
Yeah. I'm going to say Charmstone. She was my early pick for the Golden Slipper, and would have been another pick in this race here. But when she pulled up last start, she had breathing problems. So the Maren Eustace team had to Maren Eustace. Anyway, the team had to pull her out. She's got to have a wind up, so she's got to have an operation there to fix her breathing.
Great to see Western Australian horse in the race too.
Yes.
Brave Halo for Damien Oliver. Pretty stiff last
they reckon he hooked it. It wasn't stiff. He made it look stiff.
Oh.
That's again the information that I have been given has all come from the same person. I won't say his name, but it's come from the same person who's actually involved with a runner in this race.
Right.
And he's led me to believe that maybe Ollie hooked it.
Ooh. Anyway.
Now, when he says hooked it, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'll shut up.
It's a fair crack at him, but I think Barber's going to hit the front with about 150 to go, as the Blue Battlers usually do, and hopefully under Jamie's command, a bit like Benny Melliman and Airbnb tone, she gets it done hands and heels.
Yes. Very hard to beat.
Now, talking about the meat and two veg, talking about hands and heels, winner Mardo, and you think you found one with another Blue Battler.
Yep. I do. I've got a lot of time for this one, especially on a soft track. We've had a lot of rain in Sydney early this week, so we're going to be running on a soft 6, soft 7, and this horse saves his best for a soft random track. Gravina had a barrier 6 with James McDonald on. Thanks. See you later. It's all over.
Thanks. The meaning of the name Gravina is actually a place in Italy, of course, and it means platform of rock, shafted or rooted in place. So hopefully Gravina's shafted, rooted in place at the finish line.
Yeah,
big chance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big chance.
Good on you, Marto. I like it. Nice and quick. Yep. Talking about nice and quick, a bit of Def Leppard here, a bit of Pour Some Jism on Me. Who wouldn't forget that song, Tone? You would have had that in the Walkman, the auto reverse back in the day, you know, in your little Lycra shorts on the rollerblades. Pour some sugar on me, bang, bang, more sugar. Race 5, number 11. I love when Taz goes back to Morpheville.
Yep. And I think because I'm starting to see them there like beach balls, I think this is just a beach ball waiting to hit the finish line. That's right. So, look, the favourite is at Tanawal. I know it'll probably get back. So will this. I just think that it maps well. It's second. It's had, 2 weeks off, 1,800 second crack at it. Comes in with the claim. I just think it wins. It's been trialling well. I just think it wins. I mean, you know, there's something about this horse that I like, and that is my birthday is on the 11th of May. It's number 11, barrier 5. There's an omen in that. I just think it's trialled well. It's worked well. It's running well. Lightly raced. It wins. Get some sugar. I love my chocolates. What more do you want? Chalky wheel, chocolate, more sugar, birthday numbers. That's all. We'll get back.
Yeah, no, you had me at sugar. You know, you didn't.
I mean, I can tell you more, but you know, we're restricted for time. I know.
Don't have to. I know. You don't.
No, but you know what? That is the Fister. And if you don't like the Fister, then that's bad luck. But once the Fister wins, I might be Tommy Tankin. And you know what, Tone? I don't want to hear any of your rubbish.
Just when you thought the show couldn't get any lower.
What are you talking about? Go the Fister.
Old mate Noe sends down a sexual
prop
that Taz's 13-year-old son's eyeing off like a fucking piece of pineapple on a hot day.
I got in trouble. I legitimately got in trouble because the missus saw it and she goes, what are you doing with this? And I said, what do you mean? Mark sent it down. It's for the show. It's a prop. She goes, well, what is it? I said, it's just a prop. He goes, well, Jonah saw it. And I said, yeah, and? He goes, well, do you think it's appropriate for him? And in my head, I'm thinking, my boy's got it. He knows what he's thinking. He's got it. And I'm like, no, I don't know. What's he thinking? But anyway, proud dad moment that my son gets it.
Good on you, Lukey Mullen. You've never met a better man here.
There he is.
And the Maryborough trots in the background I miss. Jeffrey Dahmer himself, who holds the record 7 weeks in a row on the quaddie. We don't know where.
Prez will catch him. Prez could catch him.
The Chieftain, of course, the beautiful Rach. We got the Luke Mellon back in. We got Rach back. And then, of course, Ash was only with us for a week. And then Captain Willow's back.
There he is,
the Black Panther.
You know what I'm going to call him now? I'm just going to call him Hoss.
Hoss.
Why Hoss?
Like, you know, just a big donkey. Big Hoss. Then we had Marto, of course, Marto. We had the twins. I used to love the twins. And now, of course, we've got the Prez going for 3 in a row in tough races too, group races. I always love when his mates see you going, what are you doing, Prez? And the Prez is like, get out of my road.
Is he a Geelong supporter? Being a Geelong person?
Of course, he's a flog. Yes.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He wanted Chris Scott sacked for years, and now he thinks Chris Scott is the fucking, I don't know.
Bees knees.
Oh, fucking, I'm trying to think of a good coach, the Belichick of coaching, or the Bill Lane.
Mourinho. Mourinho.
The Mourinho, yes. He's
the chosen one.
The chosen one.
Speaking of the chosen one, Taz, your quality league this week. What do you got? The Melbourne Cup prelude here, mate. What's going on?
Tassie,
what's happening?
2, 3, and 10. You wanted a 5th, but we said no because you've already got half the field.
Well, the only reason I threw in the 5th is because I was thinking if this is a leader bias track, Deny Knowledge is one of my black bookers, and I remember backing it when it went up to Sydney and it won where it just led all the way. Its run last start wasn't too bad. It hung on. But anyway, we've left it out. So we've gone with Gold Trip. I think that, class always rises to the top.
Oh,
An emissary,
like that. I was going to say that in the blue diamond tone, cream always rises to the top.
That's right. So it and Emissary really are primed for this. 1800 first up. Both of them have got form first up. And I think which one was it? I think there was one specifically. I wrote it down. It really caught my eye. Was it Emissary? It was. It was Emissary. Emissary for a stayer. First up, it's had five cracks at it. It hasn't missed a podium. It's had 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. So first up, it goes in. I mean, both these horses have trialled well. Numerian, I just think that this horse has now been in Australia for about 18 months. No excuses, this preparation. I reckon it's ready to go, reacclimatised, and we could be in for a surprise. And Steinem is probably the horse that comes in with a little bit of race fitness. Went over to Western Australia and ran some decent races. 1800 is probably its more pet distance than some of these others. So, I've gone with 1, 2, 3, 10. And if you want to be stupid, throw the 11 in.
Yeah, to put it in.
The easiest leg, we've just talked for 4.5 minutes.
It is. I mean, you got last year's Melbourne Cup winner, last year's Melbourne Cup runner-up, 2019 Cup third place, which led to a massive trifecta for me. So I got place for El Paradiso.
Oh, don't you mention El Paradiso, Marto. I was on that.
I know you're on the win, but I did have him in the trifecta. So
we bumped yours over the line because of that spast.
Come on, Willow picked one up and carried it across the line.
What's that Italian jockey you love, Tony?
Tony loves them all. Ethan.
Dettori.
Yeah, Dettori.
He loves him.
Marto's pushed over the line. Il Paradiso.
Marto's favourite jockey. I can't stand him.
Well, Il Paradiso hasn't ran since that Melbourne Cup. So
that's right.
Nearly 4 years out. And it's
interesting operation
from a guy that's got really light fingers. And actually, it's actually transferred into the Mar Eustace camp.
Yeah, Mar Eustace got him,
like a soft tissue injury. That's how good it's going. But I've seen it. I watched its trials. It's had 2 jump outs. They finished last both times. Looked pretty plain to the eye, but
it needs more than 1800, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think you got it here, Taz, with the top 2, mate. I think they're the main chances.
Yeah. The Prez, he's got the blue time and he gets it again. The Prez isn't happy. He goes, okay, thanks for nothing again, Pezza. What a tough race. He does love TD, so he's on JCar on the big stage on the Barber. The Barber just wins. Don't worry about that. Mickey D jumping aboard Little Bros. Hopefully can run out the strong 1200, which it looks like he can after last week's effort against the Barber.
Yeah.
Steel City, Blake Shin just has to be right in this and shows favouritism. So he's got 1, 4, and 11 and 12. And he goes, please chuck in number 9 because of the great run last week. I love the end. Anyway, anything can win this race. And thanks, Pez. It was good while it lasted. Bloody give me the light on. You must have hit your head hard.
Do you know, there's only one thing wrong with that, Pezza.
What's that?
If he's tipped out 5 horses and has said that he can't win, the run's ended, is he telling us to put a line through those?
Cryptically, could be. Doing a Taz? Is he doing a Taz a little bit each way?
Oh, come on, mate. Listen. It's not all about me.
It's an open race, so he's got no confidence. But I reckon, he's got the winner. They're Steel City and Barber. They're both there.
Yeah, I reckon he has too. I like it. I reckon Steel City just wins this race.
Yeah.
It's there to be beaten.
And this is a great little race here. So anything with I'm Thunderstruck always gets me a wee bit excited because you know it's going to be storming home and old Mr. Brightside's going to be with it. And Tone's got 1, 2, 4, and 8. He's got half the field here, so we should be a chance.
Let's go, Tone. He's got 4 out of 8, has he?
Yes.
Wow. Incredible.
Chance, I'm Thunderstruck. Well, favourite, Jamie Carr. What can you say about Jamie Carr? She's a legend, isn't she? Yeah, and you just got to put her in. Alligator Blood, well, geez, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Alligator Blood, but first up, Waterhouse, you got Shin on board. It's got to be a chance. Mr. Brightside, I'm definitely not a Williams fan, and I don't like it here. I could be completely and utterly wrong. Big Ben, thank Christ he's not on Big Boy Roy, but he's on Law of Indices from the Annabel Neesham stable. Big Chance and Nugget, which was a massive run last start, is with Johnny Allen on board. Well into this. Got to be a chance at half the field, like Pezza says. That's it.
Hang on, mate. I know you want to go, but hang on. I've got to get that Billy Madison clip up of like, you're dumber than I was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. But just a heads up too.
You know what the best news is, Marto?
Listen. I'm trying to educate you. No, I'm trying to help you out here, mate. Shut up.
Yeah, Marto, the best news is...
This afternoon, Laws of Indices was scratched.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you on the slide, but you just Tone won't shut up. You won't shut up.
So Tone's put 4 out of. So now he's only got 3 out of 7. Hey, Tone, you know what? You don't now. You know what? If they say you've got half the field and you say no, I don't. I've only got 3 out of 7.
I've only got 40%.
There you go. You've got less now. Speaking of which, you know how you was saying you got to get the Billy Addison clip. Because what about? Did you see the one I sent with the camel today?
Oh yeah, no.
Did you not say that? Wouldn't that be perfect here?
I wouldn't be able to open it in public, but
okay. All right.
I think we're going to race next time, boys. Because, we just got a couple of scumbags out of the way and a couple of Craig Williams. Anyway, Marto's told us that Law of Indices is out as of today.
Yeah, Law of Indices is this afternoon. That's right.
Thanks,
Venom didn't think it could win anyway. Venom didn't think it could win.
Yeah. We weren't going to do the Venom this week because Tone had 50% of the field.
Could you imagine that?
The four's out. The four's out. Now, Tone, you don't mind the 5 is a bit of a roughie. You keep saying ag on, but Mr. Mozart, if it didn't bomb the last start in Sydney, it wins. It absolutely missed it. Completely blew the start. Usually it leads and it jumped fucking 4 lengths last. So, and then actually came on pretty well for 4. So I actually black booked Mr. Mozart, hoping it'd stay in Sydney and not come to this race. But anyway.
So Pezza,
yes,
if you black booked it, hoping that it stayed in Sydney, if it wins, in our chat, am I going to be expecting to see a winning ticket?
No. I'm taking the black book off because it didn't stay.
Okay. So you won't be backing it?
No.
All right. So if it wins, I don't want to see a winning ticket.
No, I've already got money on Nugget, to tell the truth. So I've already loaded up because I thought last start it was fucking huge. And if it gets a softer run, I think it's going to be tough at the end. I think Thunderstruck and, of course, Blood. You never know where Blood's going to be. Is it going to be lean? Is it going to be behind?
I don't like Alligator Blood first up anymore. I will tell you too, interesting, I read a report from Jamie Carr on Thunderstruck earlier this week. She jumped on for a bit of track work around Sandown and, Thunderstruck always runs with a crossover noseband. And he said, look, it seems to be a hindrance to him now. Said to Mick Price and said, look, why don't we take it off and see how he goes? And she said he was a different horse. He wasn't being held back anymore. He's just much freer. When he was younger, he used to throw the head around. The crossover noseband just keep him down and keep him controlled. She said he doesn't need that anymore. So they took it off, and she said it was just like it was a V12 engine. Step up from a V8 to a V12 engine underneath.
Wow.
So,
nice.
A different horse without the crossover noseband. It's going to be very interesting to see him storming home on the Lakeside track where there is no bias. It's a circle track, so they're going to be able to run on from the back, and it's only a small field anyway. So I think we're going to see a very different on Thunderstruck. He's been hard to follow lately, but might be a bit different horse this week.
Nice, interesting.
Pierce has got the wanker. Don't need a prop. I do it well enough myself. 9, 10, 11 and 13 now. I've left out a couple of horses that I absolutely love. The Astrologist, I love the Bennett Racing team, and unfortunately, they scratched today Beauty Rising in the Blue Diamond. They had a runner, and unfortunately, she's out. So the Astrologist, tough as nails, won a Group 1 over in Perth a couple months ago. What a stud of a horse. King of Sparta, one of Tassie's favourites. It always runs well, always wins well in Sydney. Come down to Melbourne a couple of times and actually won a couple of times in Melbourne too. So I'm spewing I'm leaving out that. Uncommon James is probably the one that's really hurt me because I love a no-day hoisted horse. It was tough, but I thought Lofty just had it. Geez, it was pretty soft in the end, Lofty. If you watch the race,
yeah,
he was eased down over the line. He was ready to get going, whereas Uncommon James was under the pump after a pretty tough run on speed. So I've gone 2 thoughts here, Taz. Asphora is the favourite, and it looks progressive and untapped. At the end of the Spring Carnival, it was braining this type of race. Not this type of race. It's up in class, but it was winning well. It was winning by 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was.
With about 300 to go. I put in Lofty Strike and Chain of Lightning, who were absolutely unbelievable last week, 2 weeks ago. At Sandown, you couldn't not follow up on Chain of Lightning, which was screaming in between Uncommon James and, of course, trying to chase down Lofty, who had already stole the race because it was all set up because of the speed from Uncommon James. And then, of course, the only thing, one of my things that I remember from my old man, and he always says, son, you just keep backing a mare in form. And it's the one that I've identified from a fucking maiden in Gosford, and it's I Am Me.
How good is that?
Absolutely untapped. Ma Eustace, J Car straight to the bar. Mardo's put a line through I Am Me 3 times in Sydney, and what did she do to you, Mardo? Made you look like a fucking fool.
She's made me look stupid.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I'll be back at it this week.
I tell you what, J Car. Now, the thing that's pushed me over the line here, Tassie, I know you're champing at the bit to get into me in a minute.
No, I won't.
I Am Me, J Car rode Chain of Lightning last start.
Hopped off. Rides light.
So that's pushed me over.
Anyway.
But it's an absolute cracker of a race. You get this on Blue Diamond Day, and this is your last race. This could be the race of the day. Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute cracker. Shimino brings Adelaide form. You never know what you're going to get with Tony's Old Ghost. Star Patrol was absolutely huge for stuff. Zapateo, untapped. You got Rockin' Horse. Who knows what that's going to bring? You know,
they reckon it's going to go overseas maybe this year.
Well, if it was at Flemington, it would be in my numbers, because it just loves Flemington.
Yeah.
It's an absolute cracker of a race.
Zoo Style at $34. I mean, if he gets a
Mars Crusader. Mars Crusader 2 years ago was the All-Star Mile Buddy favourite.
Favourite, yeah.
2 years ago, this would have been $1.50. Like, it's
you know how they say it's the get-out stakes? I'll tell you what, if you can get out on this race, seriously,
it's $5.
You are the best Tommy Tanker ever.
I'll tell you what, though, Tone, you're missing one from your leg, so Pezza should probably add another one here.
Yes, had one in, Pezza, had one in.
No, mate, I don't need it. I've got I Am Me, big boy. Don't need it.
Well, I mean, seriously, why would Pezza want to add one in? He's got 4 there. If Venom was to add one in for him, he'd probably add Star Patrol. But there is no Venom. There's only Carnage this week. Did you see the thing that Noe sent through? That was funny. I don't know, Pezza, good luck. I'm really, really surprised that you left out King of Sparta because I know as much as I've backed it as well, you have as well.
Yes.
I've seen, and for all those people that think, because Pezza and Tone, they throw me under the bus and they say, I put up all these tickets and blah, blah, blah in the chat. Let me tell you this. Pezza's the only bloke that we know in the chat. We put our tips in. We say this is what we're backing, and we do. And then when we get beat, sneaky Pezza goes, saver. And he shows us his ticket on the winner. And it might be 30 to 1. It might be 20 to 1. It might even be 2 to 1. It doesn't matter. When we're beat, we can guarantee that Pezza will throw in the... Pezza throws it in.
You wouldn't want me in the trenches. I know.
No. Hell no. I wouldn't want you in my platoon, let alone the trenches. Golly, you're as bad as Taz.
Hey, mate, I'd get a splinter and you'd have to carry me, Tone.
No, Tone couldn't do that. That's work.
I know we like King of Sparta, but I think he's more of a 1,200 plus meter horse. His wife starts over 1,100 and only ever run second once.
Yeah.
That was in one of the early starts.
I think I Am Me's had a little bit of a freshen up as well, which
100%.
And of course she's coming back to Melbourne. She's on that leg, so Yeah, I don't know.
Can't win, Marto. Can't win. King of
track.
Sparta can't win. We haven't heard you say it for a while.
I'm not saying he can't. Well, I'm saying he's run 5 times over 1,100 and only ever run second once. So.
Oh, yeah, but I'm trying to get you to say it again. I just want you to say it again.
Hey, Marto,
you
I've
haven't
got
said
something
can't
for you,
win for
mate,
ages.
because you know how Muppets tip in, Brisbane and up north? I heard this the other day, Marto, you ready?
Right.
In Sydney, the horses run clockwise, and in Melbourne, they run anti-clockwise. Yeah?
True.
Yeah, but in Queensland, they run crooked. Only Muppets would tip in Brisbane. Only
none of us have done that.
Yeah, Ez has done it plenty of times too.
Only Muppets.
He's
contradicting his lesson.
No, Tone's probably gone back to New Zealand, surely.
Hey?
He's gone to New Zealand, I'm sure of it, because there's a great race over there.
What have we got down there this week in Tassie?
Yeah, a couple of Group 1s in, absolutely. Only, the moron method. I like the moron method, Tone. The more you put on, the more you win. But only Muppets will be back at horses in Brisbane this weekend, surely.
Oh, when the racing is that good in Melbourne and Sydney, why would you want to go to Queensland?
Tone. Race 7, number 6. Hold on, honey.
Tony thinks he's Winnie the Pooh. Hey, Winnie the Pooh.
You've got pour some sugar on me. I've got honey. Boris Thornton. Like
now, our 4 subscribers have just left.
Well done. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Tony, tell us why Hold On Honey's going to win.
Hold On Honey's going to win because I couldn't find a selection in Melbourne because it's crooked. And Sydney, I've got basically ghosts in every race.
Claim the Crown.
Didn't like any. Oh yes, Claim the Crown's in, but I'm not on this week. I decided not to cross the ditch to across the sheepland because I couldn't find anything across there. Tassie owns you can't buy real estate on a Saturday in South Australia, so I've had to go to Queensland.
Wow.
Get a bit of sunshine. I'm going to borrow Marto's shirt, pump out my chest. Hold On Honey, just win.
Go to the Avenue with the Chieftain and Noe.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. We've got Boris.
Could you imagine him?
Board. Big Boris on board. Wasn't a bad start. Last start, third, had 3 wins. Well, this time in it had 3 wins in the third. There you go.
Why is it going to win this week, Tony? Tell us.
Why is it going to win? Because I've tipped it. Simple as that. That's it.
Perfect.
Rounds out, caught behind, balls deep at 11. Get on, money in the bank. Get your Windex out, clean the windows. Right. There we go.
Isn't it Boris Thornton's birthday on Saturday night?
Oh, it could be. I don't know when his birthday is. It might very well be.
So you did say you do like an O'Day hoisted horse, didn't you?
No, I said that.
Didn't you say? Yeah, you did. That's what I'm saying. Did you not say that before?
Oh, I love it. I love an O'Day hoisted. Yeah, I'm not sure about the colours though.
So do you know much about this one?
I like the O'Day hoisted colours and the scallopini, the black with the big green circle.
Yeah, so this is obviously a different group of owners. Fair enough. I don't know much about it, that's all.
No, me too.
Its form looks good, but for all we know, those 3 wins could have been at Dalby, Kilcoy and Toowoomba. So Warwick, we don't know. Warwick. Oh, great. Good track at Warwick.
Tone didn't know. Where was its wins, Tone?
Any price when I haven't got that far. I didn't look back that. I ran third in a trial at Doom, but I ran third last time before that at Doomben. There you go. I don't have my form guide. I don't carry the form guide around in my pocket like Taz does and rips the shit out of everything I tip every day of the week. So, I don't have time.
Jeez, why do you think it's... Why do you always blame me? Why do you blame me?
I don't get paid to do form and watch races and trials and stuff, mate.
Yeah, but hang on. No, you're right. You don't. And I don't either. But in between the washing, okay, when you put the washing on and specifically the clothes and it's in the spin cycle, isn't that a good opportunity for you to sit down and open up the form guide? Because the spin cycle goes about 10 minutes. Oh, mate, then you've got the rinse as well. There's another 10 minutes. I mean, don't tell me that you don't sit on a toilet. You've got a phone. You take it to you. Were you watching those German documentaries when you're firing out some wood chips?
Tone loves sitting on the toilet over here. We've got the washlets, got the warm jet straight up to date.
Yeah, Pezza loves the wash.
I love it, yeah. Sometimes the missus walks past and tells me to get off. You've been on too long.
The water consumption, the water here is expensive.
Anyway, good on you, Tone. Hold on, honey.
It's a chance. Look, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, Tone, you've been thrown out winners, so good luck. It doesn't matter how you find it.
What's Mardo's called again? What's yours called again?
We all try, Tess. We all try.
Yeah, that's it.
Ravina, thank you, mate. That sounds like sugar to me as well. So we're all got a bit of a theme.
We have
about pour some sugar on me. There's only one horse that I could find. Now, Tez told me about 6 months ago, he goes, Pez, pull your socks up. What is going to be your biggest bet this weekend? Just tip that into your push. Well, my biggest bet this weekend is coming in the Get Out Stakes in Melbourne, and I'm not on Damien Oliver in the Get Out as well. There's only one horse, and she's the apple of my eye. She's probably one of the only horses that doesn't owe me money. And talking about the Gold Coast girls, there's only one girl for me, and it's race 9, number 13. I am jisming me straight to the bar. I love a mare in form, as my dad used to say. She's out to 8 skins. I'm already boosted. I've had one boost today, so I've got.
You're not confident, are you? You're not confident.
The only thing that I'm scared of is that Jamie Carr has to make decisions from barrier 1 over 1100. At one point, she's going to make a decision. When do I push the button? So
what you're telling me is, in the quaddie, you've tipped another 3 horses because you're not confident about when Jamie is going to press the button.
There is luck in racing, as you know, Mardo. All good things can be beaten, except, Black Caviar.
Sometimes a plan C and plan B.
And the only thing I'm scared about, Tassie, and the only reason why I've gone a couple of others, just because of form and unspoken form, like Asfura hasn't come back. And, of course, IME's had a wee little freshen up from her Sydney sojourn where she actually won a Group 1. So,
but if you had big balls, as in metal, steel type, you would take it one out.
I've got Tone's nuts.
Tone, you would take it, like if I was tipping a horse in my leg of the quaddie as my fister, for example, I would just go one out. Because that's the thing to do.
I'd be kind to you in that, Taz. I'd be careful.
No, I've never tipped I've never had a fister that's in the quaddie. So I don't think I have. If I did, I would be taking it one out and then allowing other blokes like the Prez, who's got probably the toughest race on the card in the country.
Barber wins. What do you mean?
Oh, gee whiz, it's pretty tough, though.
No, I'm just saying, well, the field makes it tough. Like there's 20 and there's no emergency. There'll be no emergency.
So Barber wins. So I'm reading between the lines. I'm going to take a quaddie this week.
Yep.
But I'm also going to take Field.
Yep.
Barber. Field. IME.
Perfect.
Done.
Me too.
I might only get it for 5%, but it'll pay a fortune. All right, done. Well done. We'll show our tickets at the end of the week.
We'll get more than 5% because your leg and fucking Tone's leg, you've got like 3 horses in it.
No, mine's got 11 and Tone's has got 7. So 11 sevens is 77. All right. So for the dollar it costs us $77.
Yep.
Even if we just put it for $7.70 just to keep it tight, we'll get 10%.
Perfect.
Done.
Yeah, I agree. Now,
perfect.
Mardo, IME, what do you think?
Hello. IME, love it.
Good.
I think she just wins. She's too good not to have.
Yep.
You'd have to have a bet on it, especially at $7. I mean, for Christ's sake.
$8, 8 skins. I reckon we'll get it. Well, as I said, I boosted it to 10, so I'm already on a 10. So
how can you not?
I think if she gets the split at the right time and then she extends, Asfura is going to be coming first, and then you're going to have the Lofty and Chain of like swooping down the outside. But as we saw in Sydney, when she was pressured or when she extended, she gave nothing else a chance. So that's what I'm hoping with Barber and IME.
Because you know what you say quite often to us?
Yep.
There's no I in team.
Yep. But there's a U in.
But that's right. But now there's no I in team, but there is I in I am me.
Yes. So I liked it today with more sugar and me.
Yep.
Bit of Def Leppard takes us back to the late 80s, early 90s. And Tony, you'd be up and about then. Don't worry about that. He's wearing
the
denim
go
today.
Back there. You took it away. Go back to I Am Me.
Oh.
Go back to the slide, Big Dick.
Okay.
Just wanted to be Taz here. I wanted to be Taz and do the numerology for you, Taz.
Oh, yes,
Barrier
please.
1, so 1 plus 3 is 4, right?
Yes, it is.
4 plus 1 is 5.
Yes.
Right? That's the number of winners that are going to be in a row. She's already got 4.
Yep.
So the 5 is a barrier 1, which makes it 5. 5 winners in a row. You got that? You understand? Perfect.
Oh, you're amazing, Tone. You're almost as good as, you know what? I reckon you've got 11 fingers.
There
you have. You go, watch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 on one hand, plus 5 is 11.
That's right. There we go. Yeah, see? All worked out.
A bit light, actually, this week. Doubles, but hopefully we don't black out like we did last week.
No.
That would be terrible.
No way.
I'd just like to straighten up. I'm pretty glad to be here this week. It's a bloody amazing story. I was on my way to work on a Sunday, running a wee bit late as I usually am on my scooter, my Genchuddy. Now I'm 115 kegs, so I'm not the smallest person in the world on a 50cc scooter. Anyway, some pleb, the Japanese guy, was coming out of a Sunday drive. He had the driving glasses on, his little leather gloves, Tone, and his little Mazda shit sports car. And he was actually turning right out of a service station. Now, Pez has just gone through a green light, no fear, there's no cars around. I just kept going straight, in a straight line, never expecting that old Muppet man would come out straight in front of me and knock me off. Now, Taz, the police report says I flew 5 meters in the air into a ninja roll, and then I've ended up doing a snow angel onto the middle of the road. And I was laughing hysterically going, fuck me. Because when I got hit, I honestly thought I had no time to brake, no time to swerve. I closed my eyes just praying that my helmet flew off 15. So I don't know how this beautiful big fucking potato noggin didn't hit the road as well. Yep. But my ninja skills saved me. And honestly, all I could think about was you, Taz, and the Choccy wheel.
Look, and I do appreciate it.
I didn't think about my sons, my what, nothing. You.
Yes.
As he's flying through the air, I believe I can fly.
How does the Choccy wheel get out to the masses? That's what I was thinking.
Pez, you know what? You're only human, but I just need to tell you that after the blackout, this was not an accident. This was a calculated hit that didn't come off. All right?
You reckon it was Ty Orkin?
It was no, I reckon Ty has been watching the show. All right? You mahoned him, right, in the Super Bowl. You mahoned him. You've sent him broke. I reckon he's organised it. And you know what? We don't really know what nationality Ty is. Because Ty could be an Asian name.
No, honestly, I thought to myself, I was flying through the air, Tone. I didn't think of the kids. I didn't think of you. I didn't think of Taz. All I thought was, how dare I fucking die in this shitty fucking road in the middle of bumfuck Fukuoka, like the real. I just couldn't imagine being dead. And then all my mates coming over here to put a fucking wreath of flowers down on this little street in the middle of fucking nowhere in Fukuoka. I'm like,
was it all slow? Was it all slow? I think we've spoken about it. It was slow motion, though, wasn't it? When it happened,
slow, absolutely slow motion, 100%.
Yeah.
So very lucky.
Hey, all jokes aside, mate, it's great to see you're okay.
Good on you, mate.
Absolutely.
Bit of rehab. Been had more tests than Tone when he went to Thailand back in the 50s. And anyway, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be still alive, and glad to be still.
We're glad that. And all said and done, we're glad to have you here because without you, how would we hang shit on Tone?
Oh, I know, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, there'd be no show because Taz would just talk for the entirety of it, and no one would be able to word in. Mardo and I we might as well get Barney to do his serial killer stuff and choke our mouths up because Taz would just stop talking, you know.
Don't be like that, Tone. Don't be like that.
It'd be like imagine Taz being the MC. It'd be like, hey Taz, what do you reckon? Yeah, good question. Yeah, thanks. Good question.
Do you know that if I did this show seriously, all 3 personalities of me would get it going? All three of them. And then, Tone, I get you and Sam happening.
Sam. Anyway, I just want to shout out to another mate of mine who I've done a bit on the page, Circus.
Yes.
My heart fucking bleeds, mate. In 155 days, my poor mate Circus, probably the best man you'd ever meet in your life. He's lost his older sister, his brother, and his dad to cancer, and then he's lost his mum today. So, Betty, you're an absolute beautiful lady. You're my second mum in Geelong, or probably my third. I had a few mums because I didn't have one when I was younger, but gee, she was a gorgeous person. She loved her Elvis. And one of the great stories about Betty is she'd always tell the grandkids that she gave up Elvis Presley to marry Johnny, her hubby of quite a long time. And the grandkids always believed it because they knew how much Betty loved Elvis. So I'm having a rum because she didn't mind one. And Scragger, of course, Circus' brother, didn't mind a rum either. So it's a bloody sad day again for Circus. And I know everyone out there does it tough, but some of us do it a little bit tougher at times. So at the Polty Familia, we always try to get around each other and help and support.
Yes.
So if anyone needs to say anything, please send me a message. And, even Willow, the great man, Hoss, he's been sending me a message after his purgatory on Facebook. So I've been getting around. Good on you, Willow. Good on you, mate. And if anyone needs, I'm usually on Messenger, so just get on the Polty page, send me a message. We'll try to work it out, whatever you need.
Right. I love it, President. I think, firstly, well said. And all jokes said and done. I mean, we talk shit. I know I talk a lot of it. But you're right. We are legitimately here for each other, and all the shit that we talk and all the stuff that we bag each other. I mean, that's terms of endearment and stuff. And but you're right. You're 100% right. So the Circus, if you do get to watch this show, our thoughts are with you. And to anyone else, as you beautifully put it, we are here. Sometimes we could be the stranger that you need to bounce off.
That's right.
So well said. Well said. Well said.
No worries. Tone, Smarto, Taz, as always, I thank you for giving up your time. Of course, it's all precious to everybody, as we now know, to some more than others. But let's hope we don't have a blackout this weekend.
No.
Could you imagine? We could.
4 from 4, Tone. I like when he's all positive. We need a name for positive, Tone.
For positive?
Yes. He's all positive before the first race.
Absolutely. I tell you what, it's good.
Well, we could just call him Pot. We could just call him the Pot. Positive Tone. P-O-T. Pot.
P-O-T. Oh, Pot.
Yeah,
not bad. We'll come up with better
positive. We can, can't we? Sam's a ripper though. What do we got for Marto? Do we have something for Marto?
Oh, we got many. The conductor.
And the conductor. That stuff, didn't it?
Just wait when the NRL starts up next week. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Marto, who's going to win, mate? The NRL? Usually you got your...
I really don't know. I've got to cut back, and I think that's where it's going to come back.
No, but usually you have your early futures ticked.
Yeah, I do. But I haven't looked that strong this year. I don't think the Panthers will go 3 in a row. I think someone else will come through. Whether that's Storm bouncing back or it's Para actually finally breaking through again, I'm not sure. It could even come from someone else that we don't expect. The Sharks, Tigers, they take the wooden spoon out. That's your brother from another mother there, Pezza, because they go with North.
No, mate. The Hawks have got the wooden spoon this year. We got Clarko.
Yeah, no, they're not going to go well this year either. I agree there.
And Marto, what about the basketball in Lithuania? I mean, their season starts soon, doesn't it? Have you got a market for that as well?
They bounce that ball around and giggle at each other. That's all they do. I don't like basketball.
Actually, tomorrow I think North play Richmond. That's similar.
In North America, they've got the skiers on the back of the horses. They paid out a course for the horse to run in, and then run the skier on the back, and he's got to go through this slalom type course. And I'll have a market up for you next season. I'll guarantee it.
Wow, there we go.
What do you bet on?
Huh?
What do you bet on? What's your thing?
Bill, AFL, mate. AFL. Richmond flag again in 2023. Carlton fight out the wooden spoon with Hawthorn.
At least have credibility in what you're saying. I mean, seriously, you honestly believe that Richmond will win the flag this year? Honestly, dead set.
Well, there's a couple who'll fight it out. Marto's probably got the right numbers there, but
I'll tell you one thing that I think after round 6, I think the ladder leader will be either Essendon or GWS.
Wow.
They will not win the competition, but after round 6, Essendon or GWS will be on top.
Please crop this and remember this part of the show, Pezza, because at round 6 of the AFL, I want to see this.
I think Essendon made the biggest mistake in the world. I don't mind Brad Scott as a coach, even though he's got the most shittiest game plan you've ever seen since Damien Hardwick in 2015. But how can you put Zach Merritt as captain like fair dinkum? Yeah. He has got the heart the size of a fucking pea. How do you expect him to lead men when he won't even tackle?
He's a great possession.
It's like Mark Murphy. It's like Mark Murphy was harder than Zach Merritt, and that's saying something. Like
the guy gets 30 possessions a game, so we're going to make him captain. But he's not a leader. I agree with you.
Shocking.
He's not a leader. Yeah.
You know, I would have given it to the big ruckman. At least he shows a bit of fucking passion and heart.
Oh, the young fella.
Yeah, there's talk. Yeah, I reckon there's talk that he'll leave. Though there was, how many years are you going to stay there?
Who was the guy, your halfback flanker, who played for years and never won a final, and he was just heart and soul of Carlton. Really good halfback flanker.
How far back are we talking?
Cade Simpson.
Oh, yes. He played over 300 games. Got him.
He should have made mate captain when Murphy was. That was the biggest mistake Carlton ever made.
Yeah, but look, I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from with that, but I guess there's things that we don't see, things that we don't know of.
Yeah.
Cade Simpson would have been a great captain, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Was Mark Murphy soft? There were moments where you could question it, but I think that people that actually play the game and play but with these players, they know who's soft and who's not, and I don't think they thought Mark Murphy was soft. There were a lot of times that he did put his body on the line, and he did get broken for the shoulder and stuff, but I know where you're coming from with that, and that's why I think it's great that we've got Cripper captain at the moment, because he definitely
he's a leader.
Leads.
He's like, follow me, boys, and jump on the
back. And I think it's interesting with Collingwood how they've gone with what's his name, Darcy Moore.
Yeah.
So I think he's a well-spoken lad as well. So that's a good gig and a good appointment. And I think you're right about.
And Darcy Moore at the end of last year was just phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, he was.
He was leading.
Who's leading? Who's the captain of Richmond now?
Good point.
Because hasn't Cochin's given it away?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Look, there's been a lot going on there about who's going to be captain and that, but I'm not sure who it is this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
The correct response would be, who cares?
Yeah.
That's the perfect response. But
that was great.
Very, very interesting.
It was great. Jack Graham, a South Australian who's played really good footy for ever since he got drafted in like 30 odd, and he captained South Australia, just a leader of men. And Jackie Graham, he goes to Hardwick, going back to Adelaide for Christmas, and then he went and had a meeting with Kenny Hinkley and Port Adelaide Tone. And then he comes back, and then Hardwick supposedly said, just deadpans in the gym, "Hey, Jack, I didn't know Ken Hinkley was your dad."
Yeah, I saw that caption on the...
How good's that? Anyway, two co-captains, first time ever at North. Nobody cares, but I do. Jai Sembikin, absolute stud. And Lukey McDonald, heart and soul of the club, wears the 11 on his back as the Shinbone of the Century. Archer passed on his number to Lukey Almac.
So, in a little bit of trouble is Archer.
Don't worry about it. I'm talking about the football.
No, I know that, but what about the football? You see Archer's in a bit of trouble? We had a little bit of an accident?
Yeah, right. No.
He ran someone off the road.
Right, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyway, So good to see co-captains at North. Good to see Jai and Luke trying to lead us out of the shit that we've been in for quite a long time. And it was great to see Clarko. Our YouTube social media is awesome at North. And he started talking about our game plan. And then he goes, okay, we only got a short period of time. It's called the dash, blah, blah, blah. Hawthorn. And then he's gone, don't you put that in. he called North Melbourne Hawthorn. And he turns straight around to the social media team and he's like, don't you fucking put that in the edit.
He's not ready, is he? He's still committed there. That's a bad
that's
sign.
Right. That's how passionate.
That's a terrible sign. Yeah, that's right. Passionate about it for Hawthorn. There was a guy by the name of Malcolm Blight. He was passionate about St Kilda. There was a guy by the name of Timmy Watson. He was passionate also about St Kilda. My point is, St Kilda, shit.
Yeah. Shit Kilda.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, boys, thanks very much. We're waffling enough. I'll try to get this up. Tone, Marto, Taz, anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah. Little Johnny comes out to his mum the other day, and they got a babysitter, and he says, "Mum, I didn't know the babysitter was an angel." She says, "Johnny, why do you think the babysitter's an angel?" He said, "Because the other night I saw her leaning up against the wall, and she was saying, 'Oh God, I'm coming. Oh God, I'm coming.' And if it wasn't for Daddy holding her tight from behind, I think she would have gone to heaven."
Very good.
So very good. With the fister in it. And,
it is. I've got an interesting fact.
Oh, shit.
Did you know that giraffes, when they go to sleep, they actually hum to each other so that they can keep their pack together, their group? Did you know that?
No.
So could you imagine Tone if he was humming at night to keep his pack together? Could you imagine us four away camping and Tone just to keep us all together? So that's what the giraffes do. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact that the giraffes hum at night when they're sleeping so that they can stay together.
I was waiting for the punchline, and I'm like, wait.
There is no punchline. I'm giving you a fact. I'm giving you
I thought you were going to hum like,
can
you imagine Tone humming that it'd be like, yellow and black? That's the only part he knows of the whole. That's the Richmond Army. That's the only part of the fucking song they know.
No, the yellow and black.
Yellow and black.
Well, we're not all spastics like at bloody North Melbourne. Those different
they're not. Listen, just because the colour of their bus is the same, the word is okay. They're not all mentally challenged at North Melbourne.
That's only 99.9%. Anyway, Taz, did you know how they circumcise a whale? I saw this the other day. Yeah, they send down 4 skin divers.
They send down 4 skin divers. Very good.
There you go. Yeah.
And I love the fact that you were watching it the other day. That's what really caught my attention.
Yeah. Actually, I moved off the Nazism and went on to something a little bit more appropriate, you know. YouTube's a wonderful thing, isn't it? YouTube, you got to love it. Yeah, get it all there, you know.
All right.
I love you, Tony. You know I love you no matter what. You know I love you.
There you go. I put it on there.
There's 4 Group 1 winner runners running around there. Norton, there's 8 Group 1 winners running around in there. Sydney just does it better. And then we're off to Dubai for Saturday night. See Damien Lane win on Crown Pride for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, great, Marto.
Good luck for the Japanese again. So, well done, Tony. All right, see you, Tassie. Cheers, boys. Take it easy.
Thanks, fellas.
Put a line through it.
It's
Thanks, Bruce.
Always a pleasure.
We'll win again.
Yellow and black.
That's it.